welcome into Petone Memorial Park in Lower Hutt as we get ready for ISPS Handa Women's Premiership Round 4 action. It's Capital Football taking on WaiBOP Football. Third plays fifth in blustery conditions here in Lower Hutt. Capital with one win, one draw and one loss from their 3 games so far this season. WaiBOP with just the 2 games played this season after a first round bye. They have a draw and a defeat. Both sides coming off losses from round 3 action. Lost 3-1 to Auckland did Capital Football, while WaiBOP were beaten 4-2 by the defending champions Canterbury United last week. That was after a 2-2 draw with Central. I'm Brenton Van Nistelrooy. I will have the commentary for you this morning and early afternoon as we see that Capital Football starting lineup. One change to their side. Sarah Alder comes in at the back for Molly Woodhead, and the big name inclusion on the bench, Football Fern Anna Green, number 3. Their side to be captained by Katie Barrett, and in her first season as coach, Maya Vink, and taking on WaiBOP, who have made a number of changes to their sides. Number 7, Emma Kaut, number 8, Kate Loy, number 10, Grace Wisniewski, and number 16, Madison Ollington, all coming into the starting 11. And Hooper, Byrne, McConnell, and Elliott all dropping to the bench. Nico Gerard, the coach of WaiBOP Football in his 2nd season. As the pre-match pleasantries take place here at Petone Memorial Park. I'll tell you that the referee, Lindsay Robinson, today, the assistant referees, Connor Healy and Alexander Dahlberg, and the 4th official is Harrison Cook. And we're pretty much all in readiness to get underway here. The conditions likely to play a big part in this fixture. Very blustery wind. Talking to Maya Vink yesterday, she was hopeful that the wind would stay away. It was a relatively calm day in the hut 24 hours ago, but not so now. Strong gusts coming across the ground, and we'll make judgment of those high balls. Very important indeed. These 2 sides met last year on 2 occasions. Both of those ended in comprehensive victories for Capital Football, 8-0 and 5-0. So we can expect plenty of goals in this fixture, though WaiBOP are a much different lineup than they were last season. Here's the 2 captains, Katie Barrett for Capital, and number 5, Michaela Foster for WaiBOP. And Lindsay Robinson just sorting out the instructions for our commentary position here in the Petone club rooms. We're sheltered from the winds, not so our camera team. Braving the conditions for us today. Sharing a bit of a joke out there, it seems, the captains and referee Robinson. Nice to see that there's a good rapport there between the players and the officials before we get underway. Let's hope that continues for the 90 minutes. The teams are going to switch sides. There's a little huddle there for the officials. Referee, there are 2 assistants and the 4th official. So it will be Capital Football in their yellow shirts, black shorts, who will be playing from left to right, and WaiBOP Football in their red and blue kit, who will be playing from right to left in the first 45 minutes here at Petone Memorial Park. Round 4 action in the ISPS Handa Women's Premiership. Important game for Capital Football. They're to stay in touch with the top 2, Auckland and Canterbury. As I mentioned, played Auckland last week, 3-0 defeat, but haven't played the defending champions Canterbury United yet. And WaiBOP Football as well, looking to have an improved season, and will be coming down here looking for an upset. Look for number 9, yeah, Kaylee Ward, competition's top goal scorer, 5 goals, including a hat-trick in round 2. And also number 7, Mickey Robertson for Capital. from that player I was talking about, Kaylee Woyd, now Mickey Robertson, switching here to the left flank, left-footed delivery comes in from Livingham. He's just 15 years of age. Livingham, already a member of New Zealand, moving it forward to Mania Elliott, who gets inside the Capital box. Cross comes in, cleared by Capital. And not able to contain it in possession there was Livingham. And it goes up for a WaiBOP throw-in. Frantic start to the delivery. Partially blocked by Capital Football. Now they look to get outside of their half. Nice little turn under pressure there. Now finding Mickey Robertson. Mickey Robertson, good one touch. Finding one of the front players for Capital Football. Counter-attacking opportunity if they take it quickly here. And there's a bit of space down that left-hand flank. But tracking back well is Grace Wisniewski. She sees that ball go comfortably over the goal line. So it'll be a goal kick to WaiBOP. Riley Godbold in goal for WaiBOP. Taken quickly. Willing to play out from the back, knowing that they're playing into a bit of a gale as well. So goal kicks aren't going to have much of an impact. Hope Gilchrist with a throw in for Capital. Cut out by Kelly Brown doing some defensive duties for WaiBOP. Nice little turn there by Kate Loy in midfield. Opens up the play to a captain Foster. Foster looking down the line. Cut out initially, but then back at the feet of Kelly Brown, who now is able to open up the play out to this right-hand side where they have some numbers forward. Mania Elliott looking for a teammate. Now back to Kelly Brown. She's met by a couple of Capital Football players, and it goes back towards halfway where Emma Cortez, she loses it in possession, but only as far as another player for WaiBOP. Good strong challenge in midfield there by Capital. Now a chance to give Mickey Robertson the ball at her feet. Turns straight into a WaiBOP player though. Out for a throw-in for Capital. Chance for the home side to bring some numbers forward. Scoreless here. 5 minutes gone at Petone Memorial Park. Round 4 ISPS Handa Women's Premiership action. Now it's a dangerous Kaylee Ward. Cuts back in from the byline. Looking for a teammate. Looking for an opportunity to cross. Wants to go one-on-one again. Finds a teammate on the edge of the area. Having to go full length to try and keep possession, but only goes far as a WaiBOP player. WaiBOP, nice little work in midfield there by Grace Wisniewski, making sure that the visitors kept hold of possession, but then they turn it straight back over. Now Capital Football can pour some players forward. In possession there, Charlotte Wilford-Carroll. And she wasn't able to link up with a teammate on the edge of the area. But dangerous there from WaiBOP, turning over possession. An area where Capital could punish them. Good defensive work there. Keeps the possession. WaiBOP. A goal kick. We'll see if they just play it out from the back here, and they do. Don't want to be trying to clear high into that big wind, which they're playing into WaiBOP in this first half. Throw in by Hope Gilchrist. Cut out well by WaiBOP. Hope Gilchrist will have another go. It's right-hand touchline for Capital. Finds a teammate on the edge of the area. Links up with Livingham, but then Livingham finds Robertson, and Robertson can only knock it over the sideline, unable to control it. It's back, another throw-in for Michaela Foster. Has regular duties in this opening 7 minutes of this contest here. The left back and captain for WaiBOP. Nice work in midfield by Mickey Robertson, but she's not quite able to link up with a teammate. Good cut out there by one of the defenders, but only goes as far as a WaiBOP player. Now they open up some space, and pouring forward there is the captain Foster on that left-hand flank, looking for the forward run from a teammate, and finds it as well. Well done to the keeper coming out, Georgia Candy, and was needed, but still back with WaiBOP. WaiBOP opportunity. Shot comes in, partially blocked, and danger cleared momentarily. But that was a big let-off and wonderfully done by Georgia Candy in goal for Capital. Had to come out there to deny the run of Lisa Evans. After a good through ball by Michaela Foster. Quick off her line was Candy. And to keep it at 0-0. 8 minutes gone here at Petone Memorial Park, Lower Hutt. Now back down the other end. It's Kaylee Ward working it to the byline. Cross comes in. Header right in front of the keeper from WaiBOP. That wind wreaking havoc, as you can see there. Almost, she was worried about it almost going back into a goal here. As we see a replay of this opportunity for WaiBOP. Great ball from Foster. Finds the feet player, and it will be a corner. Second corner of the game for Capital. Had one from the right-hand corner. Now they'll play the left-hand corner here at Petone Memorial Park. Beautiful artificial surface here. So the surface is not an issue. The wind is a big issue. So try and swing one in from that left-hand corner. Right-footed effort. Goes to the near post. Now free player. Air swing at it. Unfortunately low for Capital. Fortunately for WaiBOP, they're able to clear. Now they look to counter-attack as Kelly Brown springs forward down that right-hand flank for WaiBOP. Runners. She's got teammates ahead. She takes them all on, does Kelly Brown. Now the shot comes in left-footed and it'll go wide. So rather meek end to that attack by WaiBOP, but what a run by Kelly Brown. Just decided to take on Capital football by herself. Came to nothing though. Decided not to use her teammates who were waiting on the edge of the area to the left. Came in with a shot. Fortunately for Capital and unfortunately for WaiBOP, goes wide. The goal of Georgia Candy. Now Capital springing forward. That's Robertson, the diminutive figure. Football Ferns development player trying to link up with a teammate, but a bit of a breakdown in communication there. The only player that read it was Riley Godbold. Keeper. Here we see the wind's going to play havoc with that one. I've got further than I thought it would. Decent effort from Godbold. Maybe the wind just died down momentarily. She kicked that one out of her hands that time, Godbold. Previous goal kick. She decided to go short. And they look to play up from the back, playing into this howling wind. Now forward ball coming in from WaiBOP, cut out by Capital. Now they look to play in the midfield, well read. That was coming forward. Madison Ollington, very important intervention for WaiBOP. Now they have possession inside Capital Football's half. Looking to work it forward down that right flank and link up with Kelly Brown. Well cut out by Capital. Capital back with possession. Look long. Offside, though, is Kaylee Ward. So it'll be a free kick to WaiBOP. I think Kaylee Ward quite aware of that. Competition's top goal scorer after 3 rounds. 5 goals she scored, including a hat-trick against Southern in round 2. The American, who's been a great addition to Capital after losing Emma Ralston to Northern, who was their top goal scorer last season. Kaylee Ward has fitted in very well as that number 9 up top for Capital. WaiBOP looking long down their left-hand touchline. Well held up by Kelly Brown, another member of that Football Ferns development squad, who's been very active early in this contest. Goal scorer of one of the 4 goals for WaiBOP this season. Unlike Capital, they've really shared it round. As WaiBOP look to spring forward, find Lisa Evans on the right-hand side. Can she find a teammate? Plays it almost to the referee and Lindsay Robinson, who does well to evade it. And WaiBOP keep possession in midfield. Now looking down that right-hand side. Mania Elliott finds Lisa Evans. Tempted cross is blocked. Now Capital Football looking to make their way down their left-hand touchline. Got switch of play from Mickey Robertson. And in midfield it finds its way on the right-hand side to Liv Ingham. And now back through midfield. And they willing to go back Capital Football and try and find an opening. Looked up top to Kaylee Ward, well cut out though by WaiBOP. We've done a good job on the American so far. Almost a quarter of an hour gone here at Petone Memorial Park. Georgia Candy, free kick for Capital just outside the box. Candy finds Mickey Robertson, who's dealt with well by her opposite number, Emma Court. And now WaiBOP. Fair to say they've had the better spells of possession in this opening quarter of an hour of the game. The visitors, who, as I mentioned, top of the show, were well beaten in their two meetings with Capital last season, but a new look WaiBOP side. The shot comes in again from distance, doesn't get hold of it though, Kelly Brown, and she holds her head up high, arms go up in disappointment, knowing that she just didn't get the contact she needed to test Georgia Candy in the Capital goal. Another let off for Capital though. It's clear that Kelly Brown is not afraid of shooting from distance. Already a couple have come in. There's physical collision. And we're going to see maybe some medical attention coming on here. There might have been a head clash. I think that's Kaylee Ward who will come to her feet. As we see a replay of this one. Yeah, I think a bit of a head clash. Physical work by the defender for WaiBOP. Not giving up any ground there was Serena Marahi. And just going to get the little check, make sure there's no concussion concerns here for Ward. Be a big loss for Capital if the American striker was unable to continue. She looks all right, which is a good sign. To her feet pretty quickly afterwards. Having a chat with the Capital medical staff. Good to see a few fans braving the weather here at Petone Memorial Park. It's relatively warm but very blustery, which makes it quite cold. So Kaylee Ward is going to make her way off the pitch, but it looks like she's all right to continue, which is a great sign for Coach Maya Vink and the Capital side. And I'm not sure if a free kick was given to Capital for that tackle. It seems like it was. So Capital with a free kick from just inside the WaiBOP half. And they go back, trying to open up play, switch play to that right-hand flank. Nice little hold-up play inside the WaiBOP half, but WaiBOP not giving up any ground, forcing Capital to go back to make any progress. Now they switch the play to that left-hand side, unable to link up Capital. Cut out well by WaiBOP as they quickly look to break down the other end. And back with it. Good interception by Nia Elliott. Looking forward to Lisa Evans. Cut out by Capital. Capital, can they get out of their half position? They're earning a free kick. Just inside their left-hand touchline. They look to open up play here. Switch play from left to right. Sarah Alder, Ellen Phibbs and Hope Gilchrist have had a number of touches at the back for Capital. As there hasn't been too much pressure on their back three with the press, but a lot of pressure on the midfield. Here's an opportunity for WaiBOP. Very important interception coming in there. The tackle coming through. Is it a penalty though? No. Goal kick. Very important sliding tackle coming through just as the WaiBOP player looked to pull the trigger. And it goes out for a goal kick. And no danger there to Georgia Candy's goal. A very important sliding challenge for Capital. It's really opened up for WaiBOP. Another opportunity here for WaiBOP to get inside the area of Capital. Well, cut out by Capital. initially. That was Alan Phibbs. Plays in the middle of the back three for Capital. Doing that work. Back with it, Phibbs. Now switching play to Hope Gilchrist. Who finds Charlotte Wilford Carroll in midfield. Switches play to the left-hand side, but again cut out well by WaiBOP. And now they spring numbers forward. Kate Loy looks back to Shannon Treves. Now Michaela Foster, the skipper. Well done, Livingham, coming up with the interception there, then earning a throw-in on the Capital right sideline. Looking long is Gilchrist. Good strong tackle initially by Shannon Treves on Kaylee Ward, but referee Robinson saw an indiscretion there. So going to see free kick from just inside their right-hand touchline, taken quickly by Gilchrist. Finds Wilford Carroll. They go back even further to Capital, back with Wilford Carroll. Gilchrist looking down the line for Livingham. Livingham's a willing runner, but is unable to get to this one, as it's shepherded over the goal line by Shannon Treves. It's going to be a goal kick for WaiBOP. 20 minutes almost flown by here at Petone Memorial Park. As you can see, no goals as of yet. Several opportunities, especially for the visitors, WaiBOP, who have had the better share of possession and certainly the better goal-scoring opportunities. Here's another opportunity for Kelly Brown to spring forward. This time she finds a teammate, unable to quite link up with Lisa Evans. Big opportunity there. If that could have found the feet of Evans, she was through on goal. And Georgia Candy would have been called on to work for Capital Football. But it wasn't to be. Not quite able to control at that time, Foster. It'll be a throw-in for Capital. Taken quickly, looking down their right-hand touchline. Knocked over for a throw-in. Again with Capital, deeper inside the WaiBOP half. Gilchrist will come forward from right centre-back position. Finds Mickey Robertson, but difficult ball to control. And Robertson unable to keep it in play. Now Foster with the throw-in for WaiBOP. Looks down the line. Cut out by Capital. But WaiBOP able to bring the ball 10 metres downfield. Now throw from Foster, finds a teammate this time. Now can they link up front? Yes, they can. Opportunity here. Capital get numbers back, though. It was Grace Wisniewski who was looking to go through on goal. But she just had to hold her run momentarily, I think, to keep on side. Capital were able to swarm around her. Now Capital back with it, but only momentarily. Foster now looking down the left-hand side for WaiBOP. Back with it at the feet of the skipper. Now looking for Kelly Brown, who loses it. Now Mickey Robinson, but she unable to control it. Hasn't quite been able to get into the game. Mickey Robinson, the Football Fern development player. A big opportunity here for the captain. Michaela Foster, she sprung forward. Has continued her run. Shot on goal. Well dealt with by Georgia Candy. As you can see here, tracked by Capital, but unable to deal with her. The shot came in left-footed. She is a left back, but well dealt with. Good, strong effort from Georgia Candy. Made sure that she wasn't going to be losing the grip on that one. That shot from Foster. Now Wilford Carroll goes back inside the Capital area, playing in a slightly dangerous place as the press comes in from WaiBOP. Able to play out from the pressure so far. Now a bit of space opening up. Switching play to the left-hand side, but easily read by WaiBOP as they pour. Doesn't blow away, such as the wind here at Petone Memorial Park in Lower Hutt. Cross comes in, free kick. Only as far as the head of Alan Phibbs, who deals with it well, but back at the feet of WaiBOP. A little spell of possession and pressure for WaiBOP here. Touch from Brown, trying to find the overlapping run of Foster. Well cut out by Capital. Now Capital with an opportunity to get inside WaiBOP's half and try and create something. So far, I've been unable to challenge or test Riley Godbold in the WaiBOP goal. WaiBOP break out back again. They snuff out that attack. Cross comes in, but no one on the end of that one. No one at the back post. And a couple of players making a run through the middle. Weren't able to get there in time. So now it'll be a throw in for Capital. Deep inside their half. And WaiBOP will continue with this high press and try and make it difficult for Capital to play out. Gilchrist with the throw in. Just a couple of metres from the goal line. Find a bit of space down there, right-hand touchline to Capital. And then earn a relieving free kick, does Mickey Robertson. Unable to resist the hand there was Michaela Foster. So they'll have a chance to bring players forward, chance to get out of their half. But they play back initially, and then a wayward ball cross field. It does eventually find the feet of a Capital player down that left-hand side, but well tackled by WaiBOP as they go on the attack again. Just outside the Capital area, unable to break through the first wall. Capital now with possession. Again trying to play out through the back. Wilfred Carroll finds Sarah Alder. The one change to the Capital starting 11 this week. That started the 3-0 defeat to Auckland last week. Mickey Robinson again unable to keep hold of possession. She's been well dealt with by WaiBOP. Kelly Brown now with it. Nice little turn in midfield. Beats a opposition player. Now WaiBOP prepared to go back. Back at the feet of Captain Foster, who's been very influential from left back in this game. Had an opportunity to test Candy. Candy coming up with a smart save. Certainly Candy being the more active of the keepers. Had shots coming in from Kelly Brown, from Michaela Foster, and also a run from Lisa Evans, and well dealt with a shot from her as well. Now trying to spring forward is Kaylee Ward down the right-hand flank. Has she got any support in the box? It's slowly arriving for Capital. Great work now. The cross/shot comes in. Goes towards that left-hand side, but there's no Capital player there. But now they're on the end of it, Capital, inside the WaiBOP half. Can they create something here? Lovely little turn on that left-hand flank, opening up the space for Capital. Now back into the midfield. Feet of Katie Barrett, the captain for Capital. Now to Duggan. Duggan back to that left-hand side. Cross comes in. Opportunity here. That was a lovely run. Got on the end of. Might have been offside though. Wait and see if it is a free kick given. It is a free kick, just the edge of the 6-yard box. But that was a nice little link-up play and a bit of a warning shot for WaiBOP. Even though Kaylee Ward was offside, what she was capable of. Now trying to get a little flick on near post is Ward. Well dealt with that threat by Shannon Treves, who's kept nice and tight to the American striker for Capital. Denied her a few opportunities. Now that long shot comes in from Wilfred Carroll. Maybe surprised we haven't seen a few more of those considering the wind conditions. Try and test out the keeper in this blustery day in Lower Hutt. Because WaiBOP are playing more into the wind. Slightly across the field, but more into the faces of the WaiBOP players, who despite that have dealt very well with the conditions and have been the better side. You have to say unlucky not to lead here at Petone Memorial Park, given the opportunities they have created. Almost half an hour gone in this contest. Still yet to find a breakthrough for either side. Quick throw taken by Foster. Springing forward is Lisa Evans. She almost beats one player in fibs, but then the cover comes for Capital and they snuff out that attack of WaiBOP. Now Mickey Robertson looks back. Hope Gilchrist now. Nice little touch in midfield by Captain Barrett, who was then fouled by Wisniewski for WaiBOP, and a relieving free kick for the hosts. Ingham. Back at the feet of Liv Ingham, who was well dealt with by Kelly Brown. He's been pretty influential as a Football Ferns development player. One of two members of that Football Ferns development squad for WaiBOP. The other one being Grace Wisniewski. Capital have a couple as well with Mickey Robertson. And then they have a Football Fern coming off the bench. Anna Green. Great to see her back, and speaking with Maya Vink yesterday, they'll introduce her hopefully in the second half. And it's a great boost for Capital. Been a long 18 months out of football for the Football Ferns defender. 2 ACL surgeries. Very much looking for her return this afternoon. Some stage in the second half. Obviously not quite ready to play a full 90 and start from the opening whistle. But she will have some input, no doubt, in the second half. Is springing forward there is Kaylee Ward, the American. Maybe looked like she was out offside, but coming forward to make sure there was no danger was Riley Godbold, the WaiBOP goalkeeper. And again, Capital Football forced to come back to their back three to try and find some space, because they're not finding much in the midfield where players are being harassed. Difficult ball from Gilchrist to Phibbs. Phibbs, though, eventually finds Liv Ingham on their right-hand flank. Now back to Captain Barrett. Looks to switch play. Alder, back to Phibbs. Back to Barrett in midfield. Wisniewski all over her. So plays back again. Nice little turn and pass by Wilfred Carroll in midfield. Switching play to Bubia on that left-hand flank for Capital. WaiBOP look to come up with it though, and eventually do. Down their right-hand side. Trying to find Mania Elliott up front, WaiBOP. They earn a throw in. About 15 metres short of halfway. They'll look long. The throw in. Harassed is Duggan, who eventually keeps hold of possession as Mickey Robertson comes back, but only as far as Wisniewski. No, she wasn't quite able to get to it. Hope Gilchrist winning that race. Nice little evasive work there by Alan Phibbs, who then looks long for Kaylee Ward. Ward fights very strong against Foster to win possession, but only momentarily as some support comes in for the WaiBOP skipper to keep the visitors in possession and to deny Ward. Looking long was Murray. Now Treves. Good work in midfield there by Duggan to win possession back for Capital. Now switching play. Looking for a front runner, and that was Lisa Evans, who's been a willing runner up top for WaiBOP. She may be called into the action momentarily there. A foul. There's going to be a free kick. Maybe see our first card of the day as well. Here we we are. Referee Robinson goes to their book for the first time, and it's Sarah Alder who picks up a yellow. See a replay of that one. I think it was a relatively simple decision as Mania Elliott made her way past Alder, and then tackle from behind coming in. So the first card of the afternoon as we do pass over midday. 11:30 kickoff here at Petone Memorial Park to kick off round 4 action in the ISPS Handa Women's Premiership for 2020. Capital starting the round in 3rd, WaiBOP 5th, but having played one game fewer than their hosts as the ball continues to move from the spot. So almost digging a bit of a, trying to dig a bit of a hole in this artificial surface is Foster, who'll bring in the left-footed free kick, tipped over by Grace Wisniewski, I think it was, or maybe it was even Kelly Brown. Bit of head tennis in the Capital football box, and they're able to clear their lines, maybe rather fortuitously. I think it was good work on the line, first time around to deny Kelly Brown, who's back with it for WaiBOP. Tries to turn inside the box and earn a penalty. Robinson says no. Referee waves that one on. And Capital able to clear their lines, but that was a smart free kick from Foster. Getting to that near post was Kelly Brown. Looked to loop it over the defenders and into the goal, but the Capital players able to get there on the line and to keep us where that scoreline is at, 0-0. Now 35 minutes gone here at Petone Memorial Park. Switching the play, Capital, seeing if they can find some kind of space down there right-hand side, but again harassed by WaiBOP. Have been very impressive here, the visitors. Certainly been the better of the two sides, there's no doubt about that. And we'll probably feel a bit unlucky and a bit frustrated that they have not been able to beat Georgia Candy yet in the Capital goal. As ball turned over cheaply on the edge of the area for WaiBOP. At the feet of Wisniewski. They work it back now, back at the feet of Foster. Foster looks for Evans. Evans, I think, may have been offside. Yeah, came back from an offside position, unfortunately. So free kick for Capital on the edge of the area. Now breaking down that right-hand flank was Kaylee Ward, not quite able to get on the end of that one. But at least for Capital, chance to get out of their own half. There's the throw-in for WaiBOP, just outside their area. WaiBOP again, also prepared to go back, to go forward, but have been able to get through the midfield of Capital much more fluidly than their opponents have. See Maya Vink, previous shot, and there's Nico Gerard. That's the two coach, Nico Gerard, the coach of WaiBOP. There he is, just outside the dugout, collecting the ball as well. Ensure play can be continued quickly. Pass it over to Hope Gilchrist. Maya Vink in the opposing dugout for the hosts. Coach of Capital in her first season after being assistant in 2019. Again, Capital aren't able to string any passes together in midfield. Well, broken up in the midfield by Kate Loy for Hamilton Wanderers. Bit of a tricky back pass there for Godbold in goal for WaiBOP. But she's able to clear it out of danger. But Capital, now an opportunity to bring some numbers forward inside WaiBOP's half. Throw in from Gilchrist. Finds Robertson. Robertson's pass only goes half the way she intended it to. So it's broken up by WaiBOP, who look down their left-hand touchline. It's going to go out for another throw-in to Capital, just inside WaiBOP's half. Nice little work there by the captain, Foster, for WaiBOP. Her pass was a bit awry, though. An opportunity now for Capital. Getting to the byline, looking to cross it into the area was Ward. Came off a WaiBOP player. We're going to have another corner. And this has really been their best opportunities, Capital. They've had very little creative opportunities and chances to test Godbold goal. But they have had a couple of corners. And you sense maybe this is their best way as you see the ball not sitting still. The blustery wind here. Almost need a player to hold it, put a finger on it and hold it in place. But it does stay still momentarily. Good effort. Good cross comes in from Bubia. But no Capital player able to get on the end of it. It was a decent corner. But WaiBOP clear their lines. Now spring forward. Down their right-hand side is Mania Elliott. Looks for a WaiBOP teammate, but evades three of them. And Bubia, who's tracking back, gets possession. Finds a teammate. And Capital football. Look to spring forward. Important tackle there made by Kaylee Ward. Now trying to find Mickey Robertson. Mickey Robertson inside the box, but she's offside. The pass was delayed just a moment by Kaylee Ward. And Mickey Robertson sprung forward, anticipating the pass. It didn't quite come when she expected it. So offside, and an opportunity missed for the hosts. And free kick for WaiBOP inside their area. Godbold clears, but well short of halfway as she tried to clear into this howling gale here at Petone Memorial Park. Another offside call, this time on the edge of the area. That was Ward coming back from an offside position this time. WaiBOP trying to clear down that right-hand side. Strong tackle there by Alder. Has to be careful. She is on a yellow. The only player in referee Robinson's book as we approach half-time here. And again, offside is Ward. Maybe just wasn't quite able to get on the end of that one. Yeah, it is a free kick. This time just outside the area. Godbold is going to take it quickly. Finds a teammate on halfway. Well taken by Mania Elliott, who gets running down that right-hand flank. Tackle comes in from Alder. That she had to be clean with that one, having fouled Elliott earlier. Mania Elliott that was. She had to come up with the ball this time, and she did. As you see the replay there. Very well done by number 14, Sarah Alder. So no need to go back into the referee's book there. Good clean tackle. She didn't get the timing right with the first time. Now springing forward is Kaylee Ward. Can she beat this? No, I think she's offside again. Now she can't believe this, the American. Looking towards the referee. Number 4. One of the assistant referees as well. Connor Healy and Alexander Dahlberger controlling the sidelines this afternoon. Harrison Cook, our 4th official. Lindsay Robinson, the referee. 4th round action of the ISPS Handa Women's Premiership. Still scoreless as we approach half-time. Serena Murray looks long. Pretty decent effort into that wind. But it comes back to Capital football. Almost losing the ball under her feet is Robertson, but she does well to keep hold of possession. Now switches play to this left-hand side. A bit of space for Bubia. Can she get the cross on? The cross comes in. But it is not an effective one. Hits the side netting. It's a good opportunity. They had numbers forward at Capital. Bubia just couldn't find Kaylee Ward. Look at Kaylee Ward, number 9. Right in the centre. That could have been a more accurate cross. She was waiting unmarked to head it in. Mickey Robinson wins possession back for Capital right on the edge of the WaiBOP area. Wilfred Carroll to Bubia. Inside the area. Shot comes in left-footed. doesn't trouble Godbold in goal. So good little spell this from Capital as we approach half-time here. But still, no shot on target for Capital. Again, going short. WaiBOP. They play into this wind. I have some mixed feelings, I think, at half-time. They've played very well into the gale here at Petone Memorial Park, but they will feel they probably should have a few goals to show for their efforts. Certainly had the better of play, certainly the better of opportunities too. Barrett harassed in midfield as the Capital captain. It was Lisa Evans winning possession. And now opportunity here as they spring forward. Collision between Kelly Brown and the keeper, Georgia Candy. Now have we got a penalty? Have we got a free kick right on the edge of the area? Well, Katie Barrett's claiming her jersey was tugged in midfield when she lost possession to Evans. And then Kelly Brown sprung forward. So there's that tackle. Wisniewski with a lovely ball forward trying to find Kelly Brown. Does. First goes down as Phibbs, and then Candy looks to take out Brown for WaiBOP, and the protestations from Capital. We are going to see a free kick, right on the edge of the area. The wall set by Capital. 4-woman wall. The captain looks to chip the keeper, but it's high over the top. No danger for Georgia Candy in goal. Well, Kayla Foster with that effort. I don't think she had any other ideas there. So showing that she's very adept with both feet. Taking the corners with her left foot and that right-footed effort there. But over the goal of Capital. And it remains scoreless as we are in referees added time here. Now forced to defend as Foster has two Capital players on her, one of those being Kaylee Ward, the competition's top goal scorer, and she does very well to get out of trouble because she didn't have any support. Managed to clear over the sideline. Capital now looking to come up with something before we go into the halftime sheds. Oh, a bit of niggle there from two of the players, Charlotte Wilford Carroll and also Kelly Brown. There's a bit of a push in the back from one, and don't think that was appreciated by Wilford Carroll, so she told Kelly Brown just as much. Kept in play well by Hope Gilchrist, says the assistant referee, but only as far as Foster for WaiBOP. And now an opportunity here for Wisniewski. Wisniewski tried to feed it through for a teammate, unable to do so. Capital with a very important tackle on the edge of the area. As you wouldn't think there'd be that much time left in the game here. That first half, and that's it. First 45 is done, and we are scoreless at the half between Capital and WaiBOP, the opening game of round 4 of the ISPS Handa Women's Premiership. But it's a surprise it's scoreless because there's been a lot of goalmouth action, potentially, certainly for WaiBOP in particular. They have had a number of opportunities, and Georgia Candy has had to be at the top of her game to keep Capital level here at home at Petone Memorial Park. All creatures loving the football here, and no doubt loving the weather too. Blustery wind. Future footballers as well. As we go to the half here at Petone Memorial Park, it is scoreless between Capital and WaiBOP, and we'll be back with all the second half action shortly. Welcome back to Petone Memorial Park in Lower Hutt as we get ready for second half action in our opening game of round 4 ISPS Handa Women's Premiership, Capital and WaiBOP. Level at the break, scoreless, but certainly WaiBOP in particular had their opportunities. Georgia Candy managing to keep the clean sheet intact after the first 45 minutes. But WaiBOP had a number of opportunities inside the box. As you see just one of those here. Lovely ball coming forward. Georgia Candy quick off her line to snuff out that opportunity for Lisa Evans. And this time there was the captain. This first time she was provided. This time the shot came in from Michaela Foster. Candy with a great save. You see it was the only yellow card infringement of the first half. That went to Sarah Alder. 34th minute. And Capital, very few chances inside the WaiBOP box. And that's despite WaiBOP playing into a howling gale in the first 45. Here's one of the few chances they had. Cross not able to find Kaylee Ward. And Libby Bubia, excuse me. Both of those opportunities down the flank, and there's a bit of niggle between Kelly Brown and Wilfred Carroll, which was in the closing stages of the first 45 minutes. But yeah, that was the right at the end of the half. Capital looked like they were able to create something, but still not testing Godbold in the WaiBOP goal. Now we'll see how they go playing into this gale. Brenton Vinisroy here with the call. I hope you are enjoying it wherever you may be. Tucked inside the club rooms here at Petone. There's our camera crew braving the elements for you to bring you this coverage. A very windy day in Lower Hutt. We'll see who deals with it best in the second half. WaiBOP very good into the wind. How will they do with it at their backs? And can they test Candy in goal with wind assistance, making it even tougher, no doubt, for the Capital keeper. Capital inside WaiBOP's half. Alder with the throw in, trying to find Bubia. Bubia not quite able to keep it in on that left-hand side, trying to link up with Kaylee Ward, the American striker for Capital. Long throw by WaiBOP there. There you see the wind assistance that they didn't have in the first half. And with a clear inside Capital territory, excuse me. And we'll see a big wind up here as well from Madison Ollington. Don't think we've seen any substitutions. A quick look around the team, see if there is any. But no doubt see the benches of both sides play a part. WaiBOP's bench includes 4 players who all started the 4-2 loss to Canterbury United last week. And Capital have Football Fern Anna Green on their bench. Welcome return to football after 18 months out. 2 knee reconstructions. Capital switching play. Fibs out to Gilchrist. Cut out though by WaiBOP. Brown trying to link up with her teammate. Intercepted but only deflected by Capital. Throw in taken by Foster. Foster looks down the line. Cut out well by Capital. Back to Foster. Good little bit of footwork there by Foster to evade Ingham. Now finding Brown. He'll shoot from distance. And that was a fantastic effort from Brown. Just sizzles wide. But there's the difference with the wind at her back. Couple of bit of meek efforts, but this time from distance with the wind at her back. just goes wide at the near post, and full stretch was Georgia Candy, which she wasn't quite sure whether that was going to sneak in. Another warning sign for Capital. Kelly Brown, who was right at the heart of a lot of good play by WaiBOP in the first half. Not afraid of shooting from some 25 yards. Now Boobia for Capital, trying to link up Mickey Robinson. Mickey Robinson gets into the area. Now works to the byline. Can she cross and find a teammate? Still at the feet of Mickey Robinson after a couple of touches from WaiBOP. She wants the ball back at her feet. Diminutive playmaker for Capital. Wayward pass. Cut out now by Alder. Alder with the cross. Well dealt with and collected by Godbold in goal for WaiBOP. She's just able to play on. Quick release with the throw. Capital, little space as soon as they, and time when they get the ball. Now it's Brown again. Going up route one. She runs straight into a Capital player, that being Gilchrist. Gives up a free kick. Just trying to go straight through the Capital defence. Good strong challenge that by Gilchrist. Getting to the ball first and earning the free kick. Alder in the midfield for Duggan. Back to Alder, who looks down the line. Robertson is well dealt with by her opposite. And Cout. And now good little touch again from Anaya Elliott. Very impressive down the right flank in the first half. And now she finds a player near post. Shot comes in, but it's a relatively tame effort. Georgia Candy able to deny. I think it was Lisa Evans who made her way to the near post after a great run from Mania Elliott. We'll see the replay here. Mania Elliott inside the area. Quick cross came in. It was Evans. Evans with the shot. She'd maybe been able to find the open Brown. It might have been WaiBOP with the opening. But as she looked to send it goalward, all she was able to do was find keeper for Capital. Capital now springing forward. An open start to this second half. It's great to see. No doubt goals will come. 8 goals came in one of these meetings last year. All to Capital. 8-0. The other meeting 5-0 to Capital. So this has been a completely different story here. A new look WaiBOP side in 2020. Referee Robinson wants to have a chat with the WaiBOP captain, Michaela Foster, and also Serena Murray. Not quite sure what that's about. Maybe it's a bit of back chat. Sort it out. We'll get back underway. Murray, one of the centre backs for WaiBOP. Good little hold-up play in midfield there by Grace Wisniewski. She goes back to a keeper, Godbold. Godbold with the assistance of the wind now, prepared to look long. Not quite able to find Kelly Brown, and Capital do well and go back to their keeper, but then Candy isn't able to find Alder. Goes over for a throw-in for WaiBOP. Deep inside Capital's half. Not quite able to beat the opposition player was Loy, but she's back with it, Kate Loy. Looks all the way back to Ollington. Ollington then loses possession. Now coming forward is Kaylee Ward for Capital. Has Mickey Robinson in support. Can she find her? Here's the run from Mickey Robinson on the edge of the area. She's got several WaiBOP players in front of her. So looks back. Wilfred Carroll. Nice little turn by Wilfred Carroll, and another one. Back to Mickey Robinson. Mickey Robinson, first time ball into the area. But first there were WaiBOP. So even when they're able to come up with some nice play, first player to the ball is often a WaiBOP player. Just seemed a bit hungrier in this contest today. You've just joined us for the second half. WaiBOP, despite playing into a howling gale, certainly the better of the two sides. creating a number of opportunities, but not able to beat Georgia Candy in the Capital goal. And they've created more at the start of the second half. Capital have looked better than they did in the first, despite themselves now playing into the wind. As you can see there on the players' shirts, it is very windy here at Petone Memorial Park in Lower Hutt. It's a relatively calm day wind-wise yesterday. I think the players, especially from Capital, got their hopes up that we might be in for a nice, calm afternoon here in Lower Hutt. But certainly not the case. This wind, which has been buffeting the Wellington region for the last month or so, returned. Good little spell this from Capital inside the WaiBOP half, but the question is, can they create something? Alder with the throw in, tries to find Ward on the edge of the area, cut out by WaiBOP, and then Ward, maybe a bit frustrated, comes up with the foul. Now WaiBOP will look to clear. Switch play from that left-hand side to the central area. Now playing to the midfield, which they managed to do with ease in the first 45. Now through on goal potentially is Mania Elliott. Quick out to it though is Candy. The keeper needed to come off her line quickly there and did so. Otherwise, Mania Elliott, that right-hand flank for WaiBOP, would have been through on goal. Nice little interplay there by Capital. Mickey Robinson and Wilfred Carroll. Now it's Bubia. Can she get the cross into the box? No, it comes off a WaiBOP player, and WaiBOP clear to halfway. Barrett, captain for Capital. Ingham can't quite control that pass though from her skipper. Now it's the WaiBOP captain pouring forward down that left flank. Michaela Foster, as she did at will in the first half, beats one player. Now can she find a teammate, or she got the shot? The shot comes in. Near post again. Much to the relief of Georgia Candy. Great run this from Foster. She's like, why not? I'm just in the area. As the Capital players were backtracking, not meeting her. Now the laces have come undone for Capital keeper Georgia Candy. One of her teammates are obliging to tie the laces. Of course, with the gloves on, Candy, but difficult to do. And with the wind as it is, you want to make sure your boots are firmly tied. Nice little turn in midfield by Capital captain Barrett. They managed to open up play with that left-hand side to Capital. Look long down the touchline. Cut out well by WaiBOP. Capital have it momentarily. Back to WaiBOP, and then a free kick going WaiBOP's way, just inside their right-hand sideline. Looks like one of the Capital players is, or a couple Capital players are warming up. We're going to see a double change shortly for Capital. You can see one of the players limbering up there. I think it might even be a triple change here for Capital. I think it's numbers 21, 22 and 23. So, not happy with what she's seen. Maya Vink, 11, 12 minutes into the second half, has decided to go with a triple change. So we'll pick up the numbers coming off as well. So 12 for 22 there. So Helena Errington is coming on for Liv Ingham. 15-year-old, hasn't been her day. And number 23, Sam White, has replaced Libby Bubia. Sam White back from an ankle injury. She scored on her debut. So looking for a goal off the bench, certainly our Capital, and also Nia Blackham also on. Didn't pick up the player she replaced, but I think it may have been Katie Barrett, the captain for Capital. It certainly is. There's Katie Barrett. Great work by our camera crew here at Petone Memorial Park. Capital skipper making way for near Blackham. So triple change by Maya Vink. We'll see if it has the desired result. The subs certainly made an impact last week after they were 3-0 down at the half against Auckland. Conceding 3 goals from set pieces did Capital. Now springing forward is WaiBOP. Anaya Elliott. Shot comes in, but rather tame effort dealt with by Georgia Candy. Had a player about to shut her down and came with a shot, but not troubling the Capital keeper. Got down comfortably to her right, Candy. So WaiBOP back with possession. Some attention for one of the players here. One of the WaiBOP players, I believe. Chance for Capital to have a bit of a regroup. WaiBOP will no doubt do the same. Not quite sure what the intention was. Maybe we saw a bit of a head clash, but a bit of a chat between the physio and the WaiBOP player, that being Emma Court, who's come to the touchline and will be recalled when we get back underway, no doubt. Seems all right to restart. So there'll be a few minutes of referee's time at the end of the second half, no doubt as well, given this break and also the 3 substitutions by Capital. Although I suppose the fact they all made it once saves a bit of time. So rather sportingly, Capital knocking the ball over the sideline to give WaiBOP the throw in if they had possession. Now springing forward is Kelly Brown on the edge of the area. Nice little turn. Can she find a teammate? No is the answer, as Capital come up with an important tackle. And then picked up some indiscretion there, did referee Robinson. So it's going to be a free kick inside the Capital area. Just like WaiBOP did in the first half, trying to play it out from the back rather than playing into the wind. One of the substitutes there, Sam White, trying to find a teammate further forward, unable to do so. Now the shot comes in from distance, but it's high and wide. And WaiBOP are going to make it very difficult for Capital to get out of their half. They will press high, make it troubling. As Sam White tries to find a bit of space. Ball cut out well, though, by Kate Loy. Kate Loy with a bit of space. Eventually finds a teammate, and then the through ball comes in from Cout. Capital back in position, but really struggling to get out of their own half. Go all the way back to keeper Candy. Candy finds out as soon as she lifts the ball into this wind, it really hangs up, and it was really intercepted well by Madison Ollington, by WaiBOP. And the cross, though, isn't an effective one, unfortunately, for the visitors. So Candy with a relieving goal kick, but no doubt it will just be a short 5-metre pass, because you don't want to be kicking into this howling gale, which I've been mentioning time and time again. It's been having a big impact on this game. Certainly WaiBOP dealt with it well in the first half and actually were by far the better team. Now Capital. Good collision in midfield there. Eventually the ball goes Duggan's way for Capital. Then looking forward to Sam White, a willing runner. Cross comes in from White. First by he comes off a capital play, almost to a dangerous players and making it difficult for them to work their way out of their own half. Throw-in going back out over the sideline, so Capital will now have possession just inside WaiBOP's territory. Alder gets us back underway. And the substitutes as Blackham pass back to Phibbs. And Phibbs coming up with a very important challenge, winning the ball. Now trying to spring forward to Capital down their right-hand side. That checked their run though and come back. Didn't find the opening that they wanted. And a bit of space in midfield for Wilfred Carroll to change the point of attack. WaiBOP come up with it again. Can't keep it in play though. Another throw into Capital. Alder just in front of the Capital dugout. WaiBOP with the interception. And now they'll look to spring forward. Always a willing runner is Captain Foster. This time she goes to the first time ball. Tries to link up with the player who made that great run from midfield, Wisniewski. But not quite able to get onto the end of it. Much to the relief of Candy, the Capital goalkeeper. But slight change there. An approach from WaiBOP. This time going the first time ball. Trying to get on the end of it was Wisniewski. Not quite able to reach it. Another warning sign for Capital though. But it's still scoreless. Less than half an hour remaining here at Petone Memorial Park. Good interception there by Ollington. Ollington looks long. Well dealt with. Keeper Candy comes out to it. I think player for WaiBOP was offside, so free kick to be taken. About 5 metres outside the area. See the ball coming back to Phibbs, who's now wearing the captain's armband with Katie Barrett being substituted. Made triple change after about 12 minutes of the second half. Did Maya Vink in Capital. Here's a chance for Kaylee Ward if she can link up with Robertson. Not quite able to do so. Now the shot comes in from the edge of the area, left footed for Capital. They pulled the trigger from the edge of the area. Left-footed shot went high and wide. Now WaiBOP back with it. Trying to spring forward is Lisa Evans. But Paul just beating it into the keeper's hand, Candy. She looks to take it quickly. Just a short pass out of her own box. That's the pattern of play. We're seeing teams playing into the wind. Looking to just pass out of their own half. Certainly it's been tougher for Capital than it was for WaiBOP in the first 45. WaiBOP had nothing to show for their efforts in the first 45. Capital would have been pretty happy with that. Now Mickey Robertson springing forward for Capital. Finding Sam White, this left-hand side. She's harassed by 3 WaiBOP players, so goes back to Alder. And then can't link up with Wilfred Carroll. Now White with the cross, trying to find Mickey Robertson, maybe the smallest player on the field. But one of the WaiBOP players gets there first. White turns into a WaiBOP player. Now Wilfred Carroll, she's not able to keep possession. Wisniewski wins it for WaiBOP. But then as they move forward, they can't link up with one of their forward players. Nice little turn that time by Duggan. Go all the way back to Alder. New captain Phibbs. In fact, Phibbs has now moved to the left-hand side of that back 3 for the moment. So that was Gilchrist with the touch previously. Now Phibbs springing forward. And maybe an injury for Sam White. Not sure, she's collapsed halfway. Looks to be moving okay. doesn't seem to be a willing participant in play. Now she's called into the action momentarily. Ball goes as far as Phibbs, New Capital captain. Can't keep it in play. Capital. It was dug in there. It was met by a WaiBOP player. Yet to see a substitution from Nico Girard, the captain, the coach of WaiBOP. Be pretty happy with what his players have done in this opening 69 minutes. Just not that end result, that goal that they really deserve in this contest. And that's the way football can be. It can be a cruel game. Capital on the flip side will be very happy that they are still in this contest and have a chance to get all 3 points. Rising for the header was dug in there, but only as far as a WaiBOP player. Now Foster, captain, shot comes in from that left-hand side. Another powerful effort, but right in behind it is keeper Georgia Candy again. Wisniewski to Foster. Foster beats one. Then the shot comes in from the edge of the area. And well dealt with by Candy. He's a member of the New Zealand under-20 squad. Mickey Robertson springing forward now. Down that right-hand side for Capital. Backpedaling WaiBOP. It's dangerous. Gave a lot of space there for Kaylee Ward. She wasn't able to pick up the pass though to find a teammate. It goes off a WaiBOP player for a corner. And that right-hand corner for Capital. Sam White's making her way over from the left-hand side to take it. Seems to have recovered from whatever left her in a heap momentarily a few moments ago. So corner comes in from White, finds a player free, Errington on the edge of the area, but she wasn't able to get the connection she wanted. Very technical player in the midfield for Capital, one of their substitutes. Now springing forward is Mania Elliott into a bit of space. The ball, unfortunately for her, drifting wide of the area. She gets there first, then finds a teammate. That's Ollington. And then Ollington looking to find a teammate further forward, but not linking up as the challenge came in from a Capital player. So opportunity missed for WaiBOP, and the other shoe now needs tying. So again, Alan Phibbs doing the job for Georgia Candy in the Capital goal. She's not happy with her first up efforts with the left foot either, so we're going to see that boot retied as well. I don't think I've ever seen that in the game of football. Keepers' boots have been tied not just once but twice by a teammate. Not quite sure why they would have come loose. There's WaiBOP again with possession, trying to break this deadlock here. Come up with that all-important first goal. It's been a pretty open game despite the scoreline. Certainly neither team has come here and playing for a draw, playing for the clean sheet. Pretty open contest, end-to-end affair. Just no end product so far. Still good, I'd say 20 minutes left in this game. You've got referees added time as well. Nice turn in midfield by Charlotte Wilford-Carroll. Seen a number of nice touches. 2021 have been cancelled. Moved to 2022 now. So that means the likes of Georgia Candy may miss out on that Under-20 World Cup. Won't be eligible. Hopefully for Charlotte Wilford-Carroll, she'll be around for another cycle. Opportunity for Wilford-Carroll here. This may turn very fortunate for Kaylee Ward. The shot is a miss hit. Comes off a WaiBOP player And Kaylee Ward says, thank you very much, on a plate. And she beats Riley Godbold in the WaiBOP goal. Cruel for the visitors. And coming from a miss hit, really, from Charlotte Wilford Carroll. Sam White with the ball to Ward. Eventually finds its way to the feet of Mickey Robertson here. Then Wilford Carroll decides, I'm going to have a shot left-footed. Completely missed it. Comes, unfortunately, off the feet of Trebes for WaiBOP and straight to the prolific Kaylee Ward, who scores her 6th goal of the ISPS Handa Women's Premiership. We're just in round 4 as we see a substitution now for WaiBOP. Number 7, Emma Court, making way for number 20, Chelsea Elliott. So the first move by Nico Girard, the WaiBOP coach, after going behind rather cruelly. But it was no surprise that Kaylee Ward was in the right place at the right time. 6 goals now in 4 games for the American. And she just extends her lead at the top of the Golden Boot race. She was a couple of goals clear before the round. So Capital, who have been second best for long periods here at Petone Memorial Park, in the opening game of round 4 action in Lower Hutt, have the lead. And WaiBOP trying to find that immediate reply. Not quite able to get on the end of that one was Kelly Brown. And you see a replay again of the goal. Wonderfully done by Kaylee Ward, in the right place at the right time. Just springing forward in case that Wilford Carroll shot was perhaps deflected or rebounded. And here we see a great sight. Anna Green back after 18 months out with injury, the football fern. She'll have a massive smile on her face, no doubt. 2 knee reconstructions. And the football ferns defender is back. Also a member of that Wellington Phoenix squad, along with Mickey Robertson, who just had it touched then too. So the 4th change for Capital. And I think we'll be happy with the changes they have had an effect. Now Kaylee Ward trying to turn provider. Finds Mickey Robertson on the edge of the area. She's forced to go back though. Back to halfway, Wilford Carroll to Alder. Alder looking down that left-hand sideline. Tries to link up with Sam White, unable to do so. In fact, that was Anna Green, of course, the substitute. Football fern. Yeah, what a time to come on as well when your side's just snatched the lead. Player who's comfortable in possession. Try and shore up things and make it difficult for WaiBOP. It's always the plan to bring on Anna Green in the second half. Obviously not quite ready to play the full 90 when you start from the opening whistle, but she'll get a good 20 minutes here, or close to it, when you add referees added time. Now looking to clear long is Serena Murray for WaiBOP. In fact, she decides to go short. Back to Murray. Again, looks down that right-hand side, but only goes as far as Anna Green. Now Anna Green just really smashes it into the wind. It only goes some 20 metres. On the end of it gets Kaylee Ward. Back to Green. Cross comes in for Anna Green. Hangs it up high. Surprised we haven't seen a bit more of this in these tricky conditions for the keepers. In the end, WaiBOP get on the end of it. Back with Capital. Look down that right-hand side. Well cut out, though, by Captain Foster for WaiBOP. Ella Foster earns the throw in. Look long with that wind assistance. Well, taken down by Chelsea Elliott, a replacement player for WaiBOP. The one change that Nico Gerard, coach of WaiBOP, has made so far. Neither side able to really hold on position there. Little spell of to and fro. Order. The only player in the referee's notebook. Coming the 34th minute. It's been a pretty clean game. Not too much for Lindsay Robinson, referee, to do. Nice little turn in midfield by Errington, showing that technical ability she has. Cruyff turn. And now Blackham, another of the substitutes. Robertson comes back from her forward position to get possession. This is a nice little spell here from Capital into play of passing. Drifting offside, I think, is Anna Green. Disappointed, I think, maybe that the pass didn't come earlier, or maybe just disappointed in herself that she strayed just offside. So relieving free kick for WaiBOP after a nice little passage of play by the hosts. Reception there by Alder, but all she's able to do is knock it over the sideline for a throw in for WaiBOP. Now, Mania Elliott springing forward. Well dealt with though by Anna Green, who no doubt would have seen her threat that Mania Elliott's posed for the opening 75 minutes from the bench. Earned a free kick as well, did Green. Well, broken up in midfield by Capital, finding Green on this near touchline. She's unable to find a teammate. Goes out over the sideline. It'll be WaiBOP throw in. Just inside, or yeah, just inside the WaiBOP half. Well controlled by Mania Elliott, and she's got possession back. She's a willing runner, is Mania Elliott. She then lost it, was continuing to harass the Capital players, and she's really earned a throw in there. She'll get the ball back, well, Mania Elliott. Can she get the cross in? Right-footed attempt comes in, only as far as Phibbs, who cuts it out for Capital. Back to Elliott. Elliott with the shot or the cross. The cross comes in, finds Brown. Back to Elliott, and then the chip over the top. There's a moment of concern, I think, from Georgia Candy as she went back towards her goal. As you see this come to the feet of Elliott. Elliott falling backwards. I don't know if it was the desired result to get that kind of elevation. And then for just a moment, I think Georgia Candy thought she was in danger of conceding there. Went over the goal, over the crossbar. And it remains Capital 1, WaiBOP 0. There's Georgia Candy. Get us back underway. Trying to go right through the middle was Charlotte Wilford-Carroll. Unable to keep control of possession. Back with it for WaiBOP. Kate Loy goes all the way back. Now Lisa Evans hasn't quite as big an impact as she did in the first half. Capital certainly have been better in this second 45. It's been outplayed for long periods in the first. Now an opportunity for WaiBOP. They get inside the Capital area, but aren't quite able to sync up. That was Wisniewski trying to find Lisa Evans. Wisniewski unable to do so. She was disappointed too. Knew that was a chance. That was an opening for the visitors. Now can Kelly Brown get on the end of this? Good harassing play by one of the forwards for WaiBOP, who are putting pressure on one of the substitutes for Capital. Kaylin Patterson has actually come on for her debut, so missed that substitute. So they've cleared the bench, have Capital. Oh, it's absolute pinball here in the Capital box. They'll look to clear their lines. They do momentarily. Still on the edge of the area though. And Sam White says, I don't want this anywhere near here. Boots it over the sideline. So important spell this for Capital. If they're to hold on for the 3 points, WaiBOP will be desperate to get something out of this game. Collision with the keeper. Wisniewski there as she looked to get on the end of that one, but Candy winning the race. The Capital keeper. Not the best of clearances from Candy. Goes over the sideline. And WaiBOP with the throw. Green back over the sideline. And another throw in. To get back underway. Kate McConnell for WaiBOP with those throw-ins as we now switch play to the left-hand side. Foster to Brown. Brown's dealt with well by Patterson. As we get closer to the full 90 here, we'll no doubt have a few minutes at least of added time for all the substitutions. And also for an injury break we did see early in the second half. So there is still time for WaiBOP to find that equaliser. There's time really for either side to win this contest. Capital though in pole position after that 74th minute goal from the American Kaylee Ward. Competition's golden boot, 6 goals now in 4 games. Wisniewski tries to find Lisa Evans. It's too much on the pass. Evans looks exhausted down that right flank. She's been a very willing runner up front. Unfortunately for that pass had a bit too much on it, of course, with the wind at WaiBOP's back. Second half, good strong work there by Capital to get out of that corner. Mickey Robertson. Ball with feet now, a chance to run at the WaiBOP players. Switches play, open up to the right-hand side. Patterson, one of the substitutes, finds another substitute, White. Sam White loses possession. Nice little turn, evading the defender there in the middle of the field. WaiBOP now switching play. Left-hand side, finding the captain Foster, who's ranging ever further forward in that left-hand flank, trying to find an opportunity. Shot comes in, and great save by the keeper for Capital and Georgia Candy. What an effort that was from distance from Michaela Foster. We'll see a replay of this one. She hasn't been afraid to pull the trigger, this time from a good 25, 30 yards. Left hand coming across the body from Candy to push that one over the bar. Very important intervention to keep it at 1-0 Capital, but the corner now to come for WaiBOP. Foster, who had that shot, the skipper for WaiBOP will take. Comes in from their left-hand corner, headed high, but still inside the area by Capital. Good work done by Wisniewski, who's going to earn another corner for WaiBOP. As Capital were unable to clear the area, Wisniewski got in the way, then fired it off a Capital player. So have a corner now in their right hand corner. Again, it will be taken by skipper Foster, who's just asked one of the assistant referees, how much time's left? Thank you, sir. Foster taking it left-footed this time. Not a great effort by Michaela Foster, unfortunately. Going back over the byline. So not able to get a chance to threaten the goal of Georgia Candy. She's made a number of smart saves today. See why she's a member of that New Zealand under-20 squad, along with Charlotte Wilford-Carroll for his Capital side. See a few good touches from Wilford-Carroll as well. Now this is where they want to be, Capital, if they hold on to the 3 points here. Inside WaiBOP's half, as we have just seconds remaining in the 90. See if we can maybe get a glimpse of the fourth official putting up how many minutes there's going to be. But unfortunately, with our placed pole right on halfway, it might be difficult to pick up the fourth official. As Anna Green pours forward, cross comes in from Anna Green. Mickey Robertson comes to get it. Shot comes in, but it goes over the bar. Went with a first-time effort, Mickey Robertson. It would have been spectacular if it had gone in. There it comes, but well off target. Always difficult to get on the half volley. That cross coming in from Anna Green. There's Capital looking to pull forward as we're into referees added time now. 90 have gone. They expect a good 4 or 5 minutes, given the injury break and the substitutes. So still want a chance here for WaiBOP, but Capital are playing at the right end of the field for them. Great little run this. Can they find a teammate on the edge of the area? Danger off momentarily. Errington with that nice run finds Blackham. Now Green. There's the substitutes will combine here for Capital. Green beats her opposition player now on the edge of the area. Cross coming in. The feet of Robertson. Robertson though back to goal. Goes back. Good little spell this from Capital. Certainly have got better and better as the 90 minutes have gone on, and they needed to. Pretty sluggish first 45. But now they're closing the stronger of the two sides. Wilford-Carroll finds Gilchrist. Back to Wilford-Carroll. Tries to link back up with Gilchrist. Green, in fact, gets on the end of it instead. Now Gilchrist, who's pouring forward down that left flank. Switching positions with Ada Green. Does well back to goal. To get the throw in. Robertson, nice little turn now. Can you get the cross and left-footed? Yes. As far as Ward, Ward controls well, tries to find the cross into Errington. Waikato get there first though, WaiBOP. And in the end, it goes safely in the hands of Riley Godbold, the keeper for WaiBOP. Huge goal kick forward with that wind behind WaiBOP. Wind looks like it has actually died down somewhat from what we had in the first 45 in particular. Sprawling effort there to deny WaiBOP, and then the shot comes in over the bar once more. That was Ellen Phibbs, the new captain for Capital, throwing herself at one, and then the shot came in and leaning back. That was always going to soar over the bar. Georgia Candy relieved to see it do so. Now Capital looking to get it out of their area if possible. They find Mickey Robertson, but then WaiBOP grabbing possession, but only for a moment as it goes over the sideline. Throw in to come for Capital, just inside WaiBOP territory. And they'll take their time as well. Anna Green gives it up to Gilchrist. Now at the feet of Green. Looks down that left-hand touchline. WaiBOP now with it. Time is running out for the visitors here this afternoon. Willing run as she's been all game. Grace Wisniewski unable to keep control of that though, with a couple of Capital players harassing her. And now nice little interplay down that near touchline to keep hold of possession, Capital. And then the jersey tug by Kaylee Ward. That's a simple free kick. And I thought we were going to see the final whistle maybe there. I thought I might have seen the double blow of the whistle, but was just to diffuse this situation. I don't know if there was really too much in it. I think Marahi accepted that was a free kick, and so did Kaylee Ward. You're right to be upset, Marahi, I think. But there was not much that the referee needed to sort out there. But referee Lindsay Robinson deciding to have a word with both players. And now, last real throw of the dice for WaiBOP, you'd think. There can't be much time left on referee Robinson's stopwatch. Deep into added time now. Capital clinging to that 1-goal lead, and that's it. They have picked up their second win of the ISPS Handa Women's Premiership. In round 4 action, the opening game, they have beaten WaiBOP 1-0, and that keeps them in the hunt for a place in the grand final. Maya Vink and Nico Gerard, the two coaches, shake hands. Capital, though, will be the happier of the two sides because they've emerged with all 3 points. Tough on WaiBOP, who were quite dominant in the first 45 minutes. But they have come away empty-handed from Petone Memorial Park, losing 1-0 to Capital. A goal coming in the 74th minute from Kaylee Ward, the American striker who has now scored 6 goals. And here's a replay of that goal. Rather fortuitous that it just went straight on a plate for a player of Kaylee Ward's ability. And there was nothing Riley Godbold could do in the WaiBOP goal. Miss-hit shot from Charlotte Wilford-Carroll. Deflected off a WaiBOP player straight into the path of Ward, who scored the only goal of the contest, but there was plenty of goalmouth action. WaiBOP will consider themselves very unlucky to be coming away empty-handed. But that is how it is finished here at Petone Memorial Park. A big thank you to the team for braving the elements here in Lower Hutt. Very windy day has gone Capital's way. 1-0. They take down WaiBOP in the opening game of round 4 of the ISPS Handa Women's Premiership. Hope you've joined us.